Okay, today is the day when I stop talking about detailing my car and actually do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a thorough wash. Then I'm going to do this iron removing spray clay from Meguiar's. Try that out. I'm actually going to clay bar it too after that. That's maybe unnecessary after you do the spray clay, but I'm going to give that a try. And then I got this dual action polisher on sale from Harbor Freight. Now these are normally about $80. It was on sale for $49. Very pleased about that. And why do people like these? Well, from what I can tell, in the old days, they used to use a high-speed spinning disc like that, and that could actually melt through and burn the clear coat and cause problems. So this is dual action. It not only spins like this, but it throws, I think what's called throwing the backing plate, and it moves it up and down at the same time. So you get a more random pattern, and I guess that reduces the heat. So that's the Velcro backing plate. And I'm using this Griot's cutting pad. This orange, which seems to be recommended for what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to use this complete compound and then put some wax on. Now, I don't think my Porsche 997 needs that. I think that just needs a polish. So what I'm going to do is experiment on my poor little BMW 325 Ci. Sorry about that. But this thing I have never waxed this thing. I have not taken care of it really. So I'm going to try, I think it needs a little, what they call color correction. And so I'm going to try the compound with this. So I'll let you know how that goes. So let's get into it. So ideally, I would have a location in the shade where I could wash and dry and clay bar the car. That's kind of the messy parts. But I don't, so I just had to do this as quickly as possible and then later pull it into the garage when it came to the polishing steps. Okay, this is the scary part for me. It's a clay bar. I'd never done this before, but man, after I did it, you really did feel a difference in the paint, and it was pretty simple and straightforward. Okay, finally I can pull the car in the garage where it's in the shade, and I can do the first step, which is applying compound on the dual action polisher. So I put it on here, and the idea is that you start the polisher on a lower speed, like a 2, and then as the compound, rubbing compound is applied to more surface, then you can speed it up again. One thing I learned from this process was never ever, even when you don't think there's much polish or compound left on the orbital, on the dual action, don't lift it off the car without turning it off first, because all that centrifugal force is going to fling whatever's on that orbital polish or the dual action, and it kind of sprayed onto other objects in the garage, so be careful of that. Okay, then I just take some microfiber towels and rub the compound off. I know some people that will keep separate, maybe even color-coded microfiber towels. So one's going to be used for the exterior of a car, another color is going to be used for the interior, or one's going to be used for compound or whatnot. That's one way to do it. So I'm using a high-intensity light here just to see the difference. So the left is what I've done compound on, and then right to the right of the crease in the hood, I haven't. I don't know if I'm imagining it, but you see a few more specks in the right. I also took this old shoe brush. It has really stiff bristles, and you can use that outside, of course, while the dual action is spinning. You can put that on the disc to clean it. Some YouTube videos, guys talk about using 8 different of these orbital discs for a car, so they don't have to take the time to clean them. So the brush just gets some initial compound polish off of it. If you really are going to clean it thoroughly, then you put it under tap water, and it takes a little longer. Okay, so the step 2 is the polish. I had this auto glim that was given to me by Matt Bird. So I use this as the polishing step, apply it by hand, and then I use the dual action to do a little bit more work with the polishing. And I don't show it here in the video, but the very last step is just to apply some wax. I had some Griot's 3-in-1 wax. Okay, so here's the epilogue. What did I learn from this experience as I slide off on my newly polished headlights? That was a previous video. So yeah, you know what? It was a very good experience for me. I realized that I shouldn't be afraid of these polishing and rubbing compound products. And you can do a lot on your own. This is being really nitpicky. This polisher was great for the money, $49 on sale. This is kind of a big thing to manage, and it's a little, you got to reach down here for the speed change. Griot's and also Harbor Freight makes another one. I think they call it a long throw. It's a little longer, so you can reach further. Also, it has a smaller handle down here, and I think the speed control. That's totally being nitpicky because this works just great. The other thing is, one of the benefits of these is that it keeps the pad here, the backing pad, cool because just the way it's designed with the dual action. But I noticed that the Griot's one, or the higher end polishers, had holes drilled through the backing pad to help some of the heat dissipate. So I think what I might do is drill holes in this one. Big deal if you ruin it, because these aren't that much money to replace the backing pad. So also, once this is dry, I left it on my workbench like that, and it put a bevel, like a 45-degree crease in it, but I turned it over and it sprang back to life. So I learned a lot. Admittedly, I didn't do the entire car. I just did the hood area, but I learned a lot in a short amount of time, and I'm excited to do the rest of the car. And also then on the Porsche, I think I'm just going to do the polishing process without using the complete compound that I was using. So a lot of fun, highly recommend it. Let me know what I did wrong in the comments below. And I never say this, but if you do want to subscribe, go ahead and like it. And who knows, maybe I'll get to 500 subscribers finally. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.